Hey, good morning, AB. Good
How are you
morning, my
doing?
brother.
How
I'm
are you
well.
doing?
I'm well, brother AB.
I am well. I am well.
Amen.
I've been looking forward for us to have this engagement for so long.
It's been a long time,
Yeah,
eh?
it's been long overdue.
I think for 3 years trying to get hold of me,
Yes,
but
yes.
finally I'm here.
Finally, I
Finally,
hear.
it's happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for those who may be maybe living under a rock, who may not have had a taste of the amazing work that you're doing, can you please briefly tell us who are you and what do you do?
Okay. No, Kialebo, brother AB. So, ki Chikara Dikotla, from Ramalepo, and so basically the work that I do, I'm in business. So that's basically what I do, and my main core business is motor space business. Yes.
Yeah. And before we get to talking about the mechanics of business and all those other things,
Yeah.
there's a young man, young woman who are in Helena. I come from a rural area.
Yeah.
I don't have any example. I don't have any role models around me by Lauren I can look up to by Lauren. They've made it or they've got the picture of they made it.
Yeah.
What would you say to that young man who are reaching there who has got no hope? They are lost. What would you say to those people?
Well, brother AB, all I can say is that we all know that our biggest challenges as black people is resources.
Yes.
So that is access to capital, be it be it your friends, be it your network. So let alone the institutions.
Yes.
So I would say the best way to start is start with what you have and start where you are.
Yes. You start with what you have and where you are.
You start with what you have and with where you are. Most people, the mistake that makes it difficult for people to start is that they think that to start you always need big capital.
Oh, yes,
You must
yes.
always start big. Meanwhile,
Yes.
you can actually start small
Yes.
and start exactly where you are.
Wow. And talk to us maybe a little bit about your journey into entrepreneurship. Were you one of those guys while you were selling the sweets, you were selling all those other things back maybe in primary or back in high school, or it's something that came later in life?
Wow, business or entrepreneurship, I come a long way with it, to be honest.
Okay.
It started in high school. So in high school, you're quite right. Yes, I'm one of those guys that used to sell at school. So I used to sell cigarettes.
Okay.
I used to sell cigarettes, loose cigarettes. And obviously, as I grew up, being exposed to other things, then I started getting into other things, of course, fruit and veg.
Yes.
So I've been through all that. And at one stage, while I was still growing in the Lord, I even was in the business of selling alcohol, even.
Okay, wow.
having a nightclub actually.
Yes.
So that's the story, in brief of my life. So yeah.
Wow. And before we get into the motor space, what would you say are some of those lessons? Some of those lessons that you were learning, maybe as you are venturing, jump into the next thing. What are those lessons that you were learning along the way, they then prepared you to build the business that you are in now?
Sure, that's a very difficult question, but a very good one. What I can say is that, look, obviously being young at that time, I wasn't doing all those things, thinking about business as such.
Yes.
At that stage, it was a matter of, making an income, for that moment, making an income. But then as you grow as a person, or as I grew, I realized that, no, man, I need to be stable in this.
Yes.
Especially when I started in motor space. At that time, I didn't even have any other form of income.
Okay.
And other opportunities, they were sort of closing down. So I ended up, having to see what, no, man, I need to come to a point where I have something that I can pursue, that it can be, that I can pursue and make something out of it.
Yes.
Make a career out of it, even. Except making money something, but first making it a career, then
yes.
Of course the rest will fall into place.
Wow. Because we've got young people by they may have started maybe their initial business. Maybe Rekisha Kota or Rekisha Malamohodu. But you then realize, or no, man, this one, yeah, I'm thinking big, I'm dreaming big. But maybe you don't even have that mindset, that mentality to teach your no, man. You can turn this into a big enterprise and become like as big as the big brands. What was that mindset shift you made, or no, man? I may have started small, but I can't keep on thinking small for the rest of your life. What was that mindset shift that you made?
I would say this, Brother Abi, reading. Reading. Reading is very important. When I say reading, I mean literally reading, taking up a book and actually reading it.
Yeah.
So I read a book I was inspired by a book that I read written by Raymond Ackerman, you know, the founder of Pick and Pay, called Esprat to Catch a Mackerel.
Okay.
That's the book that I read when I was starting my motorspace business. At that moment, because I was also starting out in business, motorspace business, how I read, as I was reading the book, I found out no, he actually bought this small franchise of Pick and Pay from someone else. Pick and Pay was just a small, like almost like a spaza shop, if you can put it like that.
Yes.
But then he decided that no, he wants to actually make it big.
Yeah.
In fact, Raymond Ackerman, he used to work for Checkers. He was working for Checkers. When
Wow.
they fired him from Checkers, then an opportunity came for him to buy Pick and Pay. He decided, you know what, I need to make this big so that I can show Checkers that, you know what, you might have fired me, but I'm actually not a failure.
Wow.
But what I took out of that is that he took Pick and Pay from being a spaza shop, and then he decided, you know what, I don't want to remain where I am. So starting low or starting at the bottom doesn't necessarily mean that you need to remain there.
Yes, yes.
You know, so you need to grow.
Yes.
You need to grow. There's a saying that says if you don't grow, you're dying.
Yeah.
So it's exactly that. So if you're not growing, so it means that you're in comfort zone.
Yeah.
So you need to grow. So you need to think big. You need to see yourself beyond just selling quarter. If you're gonna be selling quarter, and think about being the best quarter makers then.
Yeah. Wow.
Be the best quarter makers. Let everybody talk about how good your quarter is.
Yes.
Everybody's selling quarter.
Yes.
Even ShopRite these days is selling quarter.
Yes,
Almost at every corner in the township.
There's a quarter.
Quarter.
Yes.
So, but then be unique. Be unique. Be different.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's what is going to differentiate you from the others.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing. Now let's come here. You are done with that. You read the book. It inspires you to think big, to want to do big things in life, in entrepreneurship. Then you start a motorspace shop. Talk to us about that journey. How was it? Was it easy? Was it tough? Talk to us about that journey.
Starting Brother Abi is not easy. It's not easy. You know, when you start something, I'll speak about my experience.
Okay.
I needed to, at that moment, I was at the bottom.
Okay.
I was at the lowest point of my life, I can say. You know, where I didn't have income. I think for 2 years I didn't have income at that time. And I was at my lowest. So number one, by the grace of God, I accepted that I'm actually at the bottom.
Ooh, okay.
This is where I'm in the mud and I need to come out of the mud.
Yes.
I cannot make excuses. I need to take myself out of the mud.
Yes.
I need to do something about my situation to get out of the mud. So I had a car at that moment and I decided, you know what? I don't have capital. You know, 1 year, 2 years not employed, where do you get, you know, a record that you're employed somewhere where you can secure even a loan?
Yes.
So you cannot.
You can't,
So,
yes.
but I had a car. And I decided, you know what? I need to sell the car. So I sold the car to raise the capital.
Yes.
Although it wasn't enough, but it was enough for me to start.
Yes. Wow.
It was enough. All you need to do is to start.
Yes.
The start does not have to be perfect, but you just need to start.
Wow.
It is the process that is going to perfect everything.
Wow.
But you need to start.
To start.
Yes. Perfection will come in the process of the journey.
Yes.
So that's how I started. So I sold my car. Meanwhile, after so many years of not working or of not having a car, I've got a family and I tell my wife, look, this is what I need to do. And we don't have any other money. We don't have anywhere else we can get the money.
Yes.
And I have decided that I should sell the car. And then she said, you know what? Go for it.
Wow. Wow.
And then we sold the car. And then that's how we started.
Wow. And for many people, I always say that you need to have your own skin in the game.
Correct.
I can imagine if you didn't sell your own car, maybe someone comes and dashes you maybe 100 million to go and do it. The drive and the motivation to do it wouldn't be enough.
Correct.
It may be that I just got it easy. But when you go and have the tough conversation with the wife, who's used to having a car, taking them from point A to point B. Now you have to go and catch taxis. You know that, no, this can't fail here. This can't fail because there are people that are depending on me.
Very true.
Yes. And what was that conversation like? I can imagine that there are other women, while they've got men, or even vice versa. They've got husbands or they've got wives, while they're ambitious. They are not sure if they should support entrepreneurship because the risks of being in entrepreneurship are very high. What would you say to those people there?
What I can say is that what comes into mind, Brother Abe, is that I'll speak as someone who's married, who's a married man. I would say, there's ntate someone who's listening now, or maybe someone who's not even married, but have a track record, a very good track record.
Okay.
Have good reference. Why am I saying that? For instance, with my wife, when I told my wife that, look, I'm gonna be, I want to start this. She said, but we don't have money. How are we going to start it? I said, look, I'm thinking of selling the car. And then she said to me, you know what? I trust you. Do you hear those words?
Yes,
I trust you. What does that say? She has a reference.
Yes.
She has a reference. It means that there's a track that she can look back at and see. That makes her to say, you know what?
I can trust you.
I can trust you.
Yeah.
So that's what gave me the motivation.
Wow.
You know, that on its own was good enough.
Yes.
To know that not only she didn't have money at that time also, but that support, the emotional support, the presence, the encouragement from her alone was good enough. So I would say to each and everyone who's looking out to start something, relationships are very important.
Yes.
You might not have money in terms of capital to start, but when you've got relationships, you are almost halfway there.
Yeah, wow.
So relationships are key because good relationships for that matter, they speak for you.
Yes.
They speak for you. I remember at some stage after I'd started, and you realize once you're in the game that, you know what, there's some big boys in this thing. I'm in this territory where I need to also show up. And although I started, but somehow I needed a bit of gas, to speed up the process, Then I started speaking to 1-2 people within my circle.
Okay.
And I spoke to one man in particular, who's a very close person even today, to me today. And he came through,
Wow.
he came through for me as well. And that's why I say relationships are very key. You might not have money. Sometimes even if you've got money, but if you don't have good relationships with people, you can have this studio, Brother AB. But when you don't have good relationships with people, who's going to come in here?
Yeah, no
one is going to come in here.
Yeah.
You can have all the money in the world and start the biggest motor space. But when you don't have relationships with people, where are you going to get the support?
Oh, yeah.
Likewise, relationships are key. Relationships are key in business. When you've got good relationships with even suppliers, let's say I'm in business, I need to make sure that I maintain not only relationships with my friends and families, but also with my suppliers.
Yes.
So that even when I'm running short somewhere, they are able to come through for me.
Oh, yes.
So relationships are very key. Starting right at home, starting with your children,
Yes.
starting with your wife, starting with your husband,
Yes.
starting with your siblings. Relationships are very key.
Very key. Wow. And another thing that always happens is that when the journey gets hard or when the journey gets tough, you may find that it's now starting to take a toll. It's taking a toll on the family. It's taking a toll on the children. How then do you make that transition or no, man? Yes, we started, things were well. Now we are growing and things are increasing. We need to produce more. We are opening more branches. How then did you even craft that vision and share it with the family until they buy it or no, man? We may be in this season now in our lives right now. Mara Daddy has got us covered. How did you do that?
It's not easy, I must say, Brother AB. But like I say, you see, your track record, your track record. I might not have had at some instances resources, to be able to provide, immediate needs at that very moment. But the fact that the track record of me, of them knowing that, we know that perhaps if daddy had money, he was going to cover this.
Oh, yes.
So the fact that he doesn't actually have money doesn't necessarily mean that, even when he has got money or he's got resources, he will still say that I do not have. So sometimes, the family, will understand that, this is where we are. That's why I say you always need to understand where you are. Understand where you are, make adjustments accordingly.
Yes.
And then learn. There's a thing called delayed gratification. At times you may desire big things, you may desire 1-2 things, but you find that, at this stage it's not the right time.
Yes.
You need to make means with what you've got. And that's what sustained me.
Wow.
During those difficult times.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the gratification it's one killer that we see killing a lot of businesses. Young man, young woman, start a business, you start seeing the cash flow coming in. People even forget that this is not my money.
That's true.
They forget that this is the
Very
business's
true.
money.
Yes.
And how did you keep yourself in check in those moments where you realize at home maybe I may be lacking money to buy me natana there and there, and yet there is money that's coming in the business. How do you balance the two then in that case?
Yeah. Look, I was speaking to another a brother of mine. He also has a similar business as mine.
Okay.
Mokhotu. So you know what I've learned in those circumstances. You need to, for one to be able to exercise delayed gratification, you need to understand that service, for instance, I'm in the motor space. Service is not only about standing behind the counter. The customer comes in, he wants 5-liter oil, he wants oil filter, he wants whatever, and then you serve them with a smile. So service is not necessarily receiving customers well. Service is not necessarily talking to customer well. But service is also having stock.
Oh yeah.
That is service.
Yes.
The customer, yes, the customer came into your shop. Yes, the customer is expecting the smile, but it's not there for the smile. It's there for
the product.
For the products.
Yes.
So if you are not able to meet the customer's demands, then you're failing.
Oh yes.
With delayed gratification comes in, you start to think like, okay, fine. If I want to buy a microwave, you know what? Let me delay buying the microwave and rather fill in the shelves with the things that I know that, they're not going to sit there forever. They're going to move as soon as possible. Therefore, you are able to profit make, and then so just like that. So you delay your gratification, not necessarily because you're doing it for the sake of doing it, but you're doing it so that you can also provide the service.
Oh yes.
You see? But also knowing that while you're doing that, you've postponed what? Your gratification. Yes. You see? So service first. Like you've just said. You said these days, young people will get a tender, not even young people. A person will just get a tender and then they pay millions of deposits in their account. The first thing he goes for is the Range Rover.
Yes, yeah.
Right? The Range Rover is a good thing. But where's the service?
Yeah, where's the service? Yes.
You see, money will always follow service. Money will always follow service.
Wow.
So, you're running a business, you're running quota, you're running a spaza shop. When people come into a shop, let them find what they're looking for.
Oh, yeah.
It's not easy, by the way. It's not easy. But try.
Yes.
Try. Try. So that, remember, when you start something, you create an expectation.
Oh, yes.
When you start to say, okay, I'm starting a motor space, you are creating an expectation in your community that says, I'm here for you to provide your needs. Therefore, the expectation is that if I go there, I will get what I need.
Yes.
Based on what you have created, the expectation that you have created. Therefore, you have now put yourself in a situation where you need now to deliver on the expectation that you have now made to your customers.
Yes. Wow.
You see, so now in business it's very key that you need to meet your expectations, regardless of how much demands you may need. In terms of your personal demands.
Yes.
Your personal demands will always be there, of course.
Yes.
Your business demands will always be there. But try to strike a balance.
Okay, okay.
As much as possible. Try to strike a balance.
And another thing that we see, especially in your industry, there are so many cars. There are so many cars. I mean, one is driving a Nissan, one is driving a Toyota, and yet you are starting small. How then do you I don't know if I should call it prioritizing, that yes, I'm starting small, but looking at my community, I still know, got a lot of taxis, let me focus on those ones. How then do you prioritize, even in that small time, whereby you know that, no man, even as I'm building, as I'm small, you need to prioritize those key things so that you don't run out of things, because you can't buy everything. You can't buy everything. And even when we as the customers come, we've got our own demands. No man, filter, where is it?
Yeah. Look, I'll speak from my experience. Look, starting, while I was starting, first of all, no one took me by my hand and says, this is how you start in motor spares and this is how it goes. Today, there's some people that I'm helping. Actually, my other aspect of the business is to help those who want to be in the motor space business to get into motor space business.
Okay, wow.
At a fee, of course.
Yes.
So, but while I was starting, I had no one holding my hand to say this is how you do things and all that. So I had to learn, after making errors. Sometimes even expensive errors.
Yes.
So coming to your question, like I'm saying, unfortunately, if you don't have experience, you're going to learn the hard way.
Oh, yes.
You're going to learn the hard way because, okay, fine, here's a Polokwane city, Quantum, but then when because of lack of knowledge, and you don't have anyone perhaps you are even talking to, because the other important thing to do when you are starting something, look for some people who are already in the similar industry, who have gone ahead of you, who've got experience. And then just get some few tips from them.
Okay.
That's what I can say. Unfortunately for me at that time, I tried doing that, but some people wouldn't want people, encroaching into their spaces. So I then I found myself where I had to learn this thing on my own. Although I had some other knowledge in some other aspects, especially the technical side of things. But in terms of how to buy and when to buy and what to prioritize, really, I didn't really have that. So I had to learn by default as and when I went. So every time a customer would come, I had a book called Miss Sale Book. A customer would come, I need brake pads for Quantum. I don't have brake pads for Quantum. Instead, I've got 10 air filters of Quantum, which they only buy after 3 months or after 4 months. Meanwhile, the brake pads, they go every month.
Okay.
You see? Then I start to realize, no, man, by the way, this is what I need to This is what I need to prioritize.
Yes.
But then as time goes, and again, let's come back to reading. Reading also helps.
Ooh, yes.
So some of the things, some of the lessons I also picked up from the book by Raymond Ackerman that I told you about. This is how you actually need to buy, including pricing. You know, this is how you need to price and those kind of things.
Wow. You mentioned something very important, that you paid so much details into the details that you know on any given month, the thing that sells fast is this.
Correct.
Or that. And yet we've got entrepreneurs that are selling whatever it is that they are selling, but they don't even know. They don't even know which potatoes would give my customers the best chips.
Yes.
They don't even know which sauces or which spices should they be using that their customers love. How did you build that system for yourself?
Okay, let's look at the system of convenience stores.
Okay.
You see, you get behind us right now, there's a BP garage.
Yes.
The BP garage is known for selling fuel.
Yes.
But if you go there, they're not necessarily selling fuel only. They have a store called convenience store. What does that mean? It means that they have things that they know that at every given moment, people will buy at sight or inside.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not something that you plan for. For an example, a chocolate,
Yes.
a can of cold drink. It's not something that you plan for that I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
You almost buy it at sight or on site, as and when you see it.
Yes.
You see, those are kind of things that, convenience, convenience items. So that's how a convenience store came about.
Yes.
So even in a motor spares business, as you grow, you see, growth also must be intentional.
Okay.
Growth must also be intentional. You must want to. You must have a passion. You must want. You must want to know. I mean, You must want to excel, and you must want to compete also.
Ooh,
Mind
yes.
you, you're not only in business, but you're also in competition.
In competition, yes.
You see, so you need also to compete. So that's how you will learn some of these things.
Okay.
That you know what, I need to. You start to realize, okay, customers are coming for 1, 2, 3 items almost every day or every 2 days. These are the items that I must make sure that I always have in my store.
Yes.
So you end up having your own convenience store in your very own store.
Yes.
Those are called AA movers. So those are items that each and every customer, when they walk in, they are likely to call for that item. Be it a spark plug, be it brake fluid, be it kits, clutch kits, things like that.
Yes.
It's not very often that a customer would come and say, I need a windscreen ya gomrao. You know, a rear window. It's not very. So imagine having 20 of those.
Yes.
And only having 2 oils.
Ooh,
or 1 oil or no oil at all.
Oh, yes.
You're definitely setting up yourself for failure.
Wow.
So it's very important to also understand what are the customer's needs.
Yes.
And try to meet them. Whatever it takes.
Oh, wow. That is very important. Small businesses, we then realize but you don't know on which days do they sell fast or do they sell the best. Some other days you go home, so stage in change. But you don't even know. You don't pay attention to those things.
Correct.
Wow, this is very important. Now then there's a young man or a young woman or whoever, they've started a business. They are thinking big, but they don't know in which sense should they think big. But no, I want to see myself having $1 billion enterprise. But in which areas should I focus also that I know that I can grow? What would you say to them?
Look, you know some things, some ideas will come in the process.
Okay.
While you are in the process. Let me just share this. For instance, I've been in a motor space business for 11 years now. But this year, I've decided that, you know what, I need to grow into other aspects of industries or other aspects of business, because, you know, there's a saying that says, don't put your eggs in one basket.
Oh, no, yes.
And I believe that COVID has taught us that. And also, as you grow as a person, you need something that will also be able to sustain you, you know, in your old age, or be it leaving a legacy.
Yes.
But also, maybe not all those only, but also as a way of you growing. Because mind you, especially as a reader, you will be inspired by people like, who's this man who's got shopping malls in Nkuna.
Oh, yes.
And Tate Nkuna. You know, it's got a whole lot of shopping malls, it's got shares in Kaiser Chiefs, and all those things. I mean, when you read such things, and those are the things that will inspire you as an individual. And you realize that, you know what, I cannot stay average.
Yeah.
You know, eventually, you'll reach to a level where you thought, if I reach this level, I'll be that. But then you reach that level, you realize that actually there is much higher level than this one.
This one, yeah.
Exactly. Then you start reading about other entrepreneurs. You realize this man has got 10 shopping malls.
Yes.
Wow. So this year, we managed to acquire a property for the first time since I've been in a motorspace business. And now there's an opportunity to actually acquire a second property. And it is also a commercial property in terms of being a business property or complex of some sort. So I decided we now have a property that we're currently working on establishing called Khaladi Properties. So that will be another aspect of our business where we're going to have sort of a real estate where we will develop the place, we'll develop the land or develop the property into a shopping center. And we can have your shops, your big retailers maybe coming in, be it USafe, be it Boxer, or be it whatever shops, you know, big retailers that can come into our space. So that's the other direction that we now aiming into going. We're actually going into that direction.
Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing, because you then reminded me of when I learned the power of building a value chain.
Yes.
That it's something that you need to take care of. I mean, having the land, having the spares shops and
Yes.
even venturing into other things. Hey,
Correct.
that's how you build monopolies.
Correct. Yes.
And then talk to me. We are in the pandemic. Everyone is losing their shop. Everyone, their businesses are closing down. There's a grant that is promised that they are going to rescue small businesses. For whatever reason, I haven't seen them rescuing anyone. What do you do in that situation? How then do you even prioritize? How do you even prioritize that? No, we are in a crisis right now, and people are no longer allowed to go anywhere. People are no longer allowed to go outside to do all these things. Now, the business that I had that was generating me money because people had traffic, they were moving, parts would get worn out. How do you survive that?
You know, when the pandemic came, when COVID came, I don't think there's anyone who was prepared for that.
Oh, we went, yes.
So I also wasn't prepared for that. I actually didn't even see it coming. Actually, we were just on the verge of signing a lease agreement with a developer who were going to set up a shopping mall, Gamalepo. So we were going to be a motor space there. And just a week before that, before I could send the forms, then the pandemic hit.
Yes.
Not only that, but at that time we were actually on a roll in terms of growth. We were on a roll. We were growing organically as well. Then COVID came.
Yes.
You've got employees.
Yes.
You've got lease agreements that you must pay. You must honor. You just have running costs.
Yes.
I can tell you that really brought us down. That really brought us down, and it wasn't so good.
Yeah.
But look, like I say, I'll go back. When you are down, or when things have changed, you need to accept first.
Oh, yes.
Have an eye to see that. Have discernment to see that, and then adjust accordingly.
Oh, yes.
If you are losing some things, because we lost a lot of things, we lost a lot of assets, we lost monies, but you just have to accept that it is what it is.
Yes.
Again, we go back. We start with what we have, and we start where we are.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
Wow.
We decided, you know what? This is what it is.
Yes.
Are we going to sit here and cry?
No, we can't do that.
We can't. Actually, there's a saying by a Kenyan lady called Rina Hicks. She says, I like that saying. She says that if you what do you call it? Reality. Let me just look for it quickly here.
Okay.
If you are reality, she says what you focus on becomes your reality. If you think the economy is bad and that's all you see, well, that's your reality.
Yes.
You see, so what you focus on, that's your reality.
Yes.
So if you are losing things and it's so bad,
Yes.
and it's so bad, there's nothing you can do. But tomorrow you're still crying again. The following day you're still crying. 10 days later, 1 year later, then absolutely that's your reality. And because that's your reality, you're living in it.
Yes.
Accept your reality for a day. Accept your reality for a moment. But quickly snap out of it.
Oh, yes.
Quickly snap out of it. Accept that this is what has happened. Accept that this is where I am. And then pick yourself up.
Yes.
You know, there's a book by Spencer Johnson. That's one of my favorite books.
Okay.
It's called Who Moved My Cheese. It's called about, I don't know if you've read the book.
Yes.
Who Moved My Cheese. So it talks about complacency. It talks about complacency. So it talks about comfort zone. You know, these 3 rats, they would go out and look for food and all that every day, look out for food. One day when they woke up, there was a big cheese right in front of them. Then they started asking, whose cheese is that? Whose cheese is that? You know, then the next day they saw that, no man, that cheese is still there. Then they started having a bite of the cheese. This cheese is nice. This cheese is lovely. Having a bite, then the next day the cheese is still there. Then it becomes a daily occurrence. That cheese is there.
Yes,
and this cheese is really nice. They start eating the cheese. Then all of a sudden it starts saying, this is my cheese. Our cheese.
Our cheese.
This is our cheese.
Cheese, yeah.
Meanwhile, they don't even know where it comes
We
from.
comes from, yes.
Fast forward, when they wake up one day, the cheese is no longer there. Then they start saying, where is our cheese?
Cheese, yeah.
Who took our
Who took our
cheese?
cheese?
You see, who took our cheese?
Cheese.
Meanwhile, they didn't even know where the cheese came from. Started looking for the cheese, looking for the cheese. The one said, you know what? Many days have passed and the cheese is gone. I'm going to go and look for another cheese.
Yeah.
The other two stayed where they were and said, no, we are looking for whoever took our cheese.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the cheese is gone.
It's gone, yes.
You see? So what I'm trying to say is that when you have hit rock bottom, because it will happen.
Yes.
No matter how high you are.
Yeah.
There will be instances where you hit rock bottom.
Yes.
Well, the intensity might not be the same depending from one person to person. But at some stage, you'll experience that.
Yeah.
Even if when you are not in business, everybody took a hit during COVID.
Yes.
But accept where you are and realize that you need to reset.
Yes.
You need to reset and start right where you are
Yes.
with what you've got. If you had 10 bricks and now COVID has come, now you're left with one brick, start with that one brick.
Oh, yes, yes.
See how you can break it into pieces and build with what you've got.
Yes. Wow. And yeah, no, this time it's flying while we are having
Time
fun.
is flying.
Then the complacency kicks in.
Yeah.
It always kicks in.
Yes.
I mean, you find that a young man, they accidentally fell into a market that was not occupied by anyone. They got in that market, they dominated that market, they were running that market, they got too comfortable, they don't even know how the customers are coming, why they are coming in, and those other things. And then someone comes in and soups them. Or maybe someone comes with a better product and soups them. What was it that you did that to keep you off your toes and to keep you competitive in that market? Because I mean, I would imagine that guys like your big guys in the space shops, when they see the impact that you are making, they don't like it. I don't know. We are no longer getting customers from such and such an area. We are hearing that there's someone who's doing a space shop that they don't like it. They may even try to come up with marketing campaigns. They may try to even set up shop next door or a small sponsor shop. How then do you stay competitive in that market?
Right. That's a great question, actually. It's not easy staying competitive, let alone staying in business. Because the thing is, if you are not competitive, you can't stay in business.
Oh, yes, you can't. Yes.
You see, because if you are not meeting the customer's expectations, someone is going to.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So you must try by all means. If you are not one step ahead, at least don't be one step behind.
Ooh, okay.
In terms of don't be one step behind your competitors.
Yes.
So for me, this is what I have learned. Know your competitors very well.
Okay.
Don't be their friends, but know them. But don't be their friends.
Okay.
Know everything about them, but don't be their friends. Another thing is, that works for me. There's what I have coined as disrupt or be disrupted.
Okay.
I always say, when you are running a business, if somebody wants to open a similar business like yours, it's not going to come to you and tell you that I'm opening across the street. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to find another motor space right opposite you.
Yes.
And you can't even go to them and say, but why are you starting right next to me?
Yes.
You see that. So every now and then, you need to see how best can you be competitive. Bring the best products.
Yes.
Promote your business. Make it sound like your business is the best, is the only business even. For instance, I have a WhatsApp group that I usually create for my clients. Okay. Let's say taxi people. I'll create a WhatsApp group for them. And every time they walk into my shop, I make sure that I collect their numbers.
Okay.
Collect their numbers, then I'll create a WhatsApp group for them. Every now and then I'll send them specials, things like that.
Yes.
Trust me, I have seen it and it works. Every day they think that I'm the only one, even though there's other space. But they will think about me first whenever they need something.
Yes. Wow.
Because what? Because of marketing.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm exposing myself to them a lot more.
Yes.
I interact with them more because that's interaction.
Yes.
If I send a message every day to a WhatsApp group, that's interaction.
Yes.
So that's basically that I try. But competition will always be there.
Yeah.
There will always be someone who's even doing a lot better than you.
Yes.
But try by all means to be the best in your own terms.
Yes.
Don't shortchange your customers. Be known to be the best in the industry.
Yeah.
Be it with quality, be it with pricing. Be known to be the best. I always say, you know what? The customer mustn't walk into our shop with something that we've got that he wants or she wants and walk out without that thing.
Oh, yes. That's money that's left the door.
No. We must make sure that he walks out of with that thing.
With that thing that
We've
they
got our
need.
own strategy. If we're going to make 45 Rand loss out of that product, you know what? We've won that customer.
Oh, yes. Tomorrow I'm coming
We
back.
know how we're going to make a recovery of that 45 Rand.
Yes.
But the most important thing is, of course, we're not doing it all the time. We know when to do it and how to do it, but we make sure that we do that.
Wow, that is amazing. Yeah, this time. In conclusion, what would your advice be to anyone who is in business, who wants to start business, who are experiencing challenges in business? What would your advice be to them?
If you want to start a business, be intentional. Be intentional. Don't think small. And don't look at what you've got or what you don't have. By just having that mindset alone that I want to start a business and I want to be big, that's good enough.
Wow.
Number 2, relationships. Make sure that you maintain your relationships in your circle. Don't take anyone for granted.
Ooh, yes.
Don't take anyone for granted. Maintain your relationships. Have good relationships with people.
Wow. In conclusion, where can our listeners find you? Where can they come to buy those pets? I'm sure we've got taxi drivers and everyone who's got car problems. Where can we find you? Where can we visit your stores? Where can we get hold of you?
Okay. Unfortunately, at this moment, we don't have any presence in terms of physical presence here in Limpopo currently. We tried on 2 occasions to establish, but things didn't work out.
Okay.
So currently we are in Hammanskraal. That's where we currently are. However, we do Korea. I don't know if I can leave my contacts or my details.
Yes.
We do Korea all over South Africa. Yeah. So to anyone who wants to get hold of us, they can call us or WhatsApp us actually on 081 5611 710 and 072 699 4018.
Wow.
That's where they can get hold of us.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us this wisdom. I wish we had more time, but we'll have part 2 and others in future.
Thank you so much, Brother Ibi.
Yes, but as we conclude, as I always say on this show, that my goal, my prayer, and my desire for you is that when you list the business one day, maybe you're listing it on the JSE or wherever, you'd remember that God has been great. And our prayer is that may God bless you, may God enlarge you, may He enlarge your territory, give you influence so that even next time when you come back for part 2, you'll have branches here in Polokwane and in other parts of the world. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
God bless you.